Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the 71st Annual Strawberry Festival. We're doing the Antique Car Parade today. We don't know what number parade it is. We don't know how many years the Antique Car Parade has been going on, but we were talking earlier that if these antique cars were in the first or second or third parades, they'd be brand new. In fact, back then they had horses pulling the floats. I'm Dennis Cordes. Welcome to the show. Along with me is my co-host, Rick Edwards.
Hello.
Rick?
Hello. Yes, sir. And you're absolutely right. We were thinking about it a few minutes ago, and I know at least a decade of the Antiques Car Parade. And from what I understand, at least another decade of Antique Cars Parade. But I've made some different antiques than the antiques 10 years ago, as a decade of years ago. Now, you're absolutely right. It's really fascinating because on the TV show or on a web page and Facebook, they were showing some of the old Strawberry Festival pictures, and they were all horse-drawn. The horsepower was really horsepower back then.
To show you and to tell you how enthused we are about the Strawberry Festival, Rick was having a strawberry breakfast this morning, and he got some. He's wearing strawberries on him. Show him the spot, Rick.
Thanks, Dennis, for pointing that out. Yes, I was at First United Methodist Church this morning for our annual strawberry breakfast.
Yeah, and of course, good breakfast too.
I couldn't find a strawberry shirt, so I just thought I'd wear some for today. Well, so I figured, it's about the same.
I'm picking on my friend here.
I'll end up wearing some more today, Dennis, don't worry.
Yeah, me too, I'm afraid. Yeah,
I'm so looking forward to this car parade. This year, I understand we got even a larger crowd than we had last year.
Is that right?
Group. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I can't help but notice right now that they're closing off the streets, which usually means what'll happen first.
Yeah, the 5K run will happen first.
We'll have our first 5K run, and they'll be coming running through here, and then, of course, then we get the cars, and one of our favorite parts of the parade, after the cars comes
the main feature parade.
That's right, the main feature
that
parade. That
belongs to Channel 5, so.
That's right. We won't be able to watch that with you here, but we'll be sitting on the sidelines just like everybody else in Buchanan that's lined up and enjoying the day and waving along all of our community and our bands that I understand are going to be fantastic again this year. Later
this evening, we're going to tape the band competition at the Ross Stadium at the college, the football field at college, and that ought to be interesting for Channel 3.
You know, something else I saw that was interesting, you want to talk about antique cars, of course this year is the first year we had the horse and buggy parade.
That's right.
Probably one of the only ones in West Virginia, and I think that was one of the most awesome things I've ever seen. But I want to talk about some antique cars. I couldn't even describe some of those cars.
No, I've seen a few of them running around town already.
Those vehicles were something else. We had a big old giant stagecoach. It didn't look like it had any kind of springs or anything on it.
No.
It sure was pulling some really big horses. I don't know. Would those be considered horsepower, 2 horsepower? Because those are some really big horses.
Yeah, that'd be 2 horsepower,
that would be 2 horsepower.
Or 4 horsepower if it's a 4-horse hitch.
Well, something tells me we're going to be seeing some of the cars today also. Again, some of those old 20s and 30s deuces coming through here.
Yes.
And we'll get a chance to see some of the things that happened right after those vehicles came along, our first cars.
Now, they didn't build many cars in the 40s because they were building airplanes and tanks for World War II.
That's right. So, that's right. And
but as soon as the war ended, Detroit went back to building cars again.
That's right. What a beautiful day it is today to be downtown for our Strawberry Festival and for our Antique Car and Main Festival Parade today.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to be here with you again, Dennis, and I look forward to
we had a good time last year.
I had a blast last year. Yeah,
that
absolutely.
was great. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I tell you what do you think we should do? Should we go ahead and take our seats and wait for them to come along? Or?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and sit down, and we'll catch the cars as they start coming down the street. You'll hear us, but you probably won't see us until the end of the parade.
That's right. Thank you.
Thank you. That looks like Mike Ross's car coming down.
It sure enough
All right, folks, here comes our first car.
Mike Ross, as I recall, was a sponsor for the Horse and Buggy Parade, too.
Yes, he was.
Which was a very insightful way of going about that.
Yeah, that's Mike Ross.
Yeah.
Mike Ross Incorporated. That's a Model T.
And you know, this thing is almost an everyday car. You see him driving this quite a bit.
Yeah, I do. I see him driving it on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's not something that just stays in a garage or in a museum somewhere.
And here comes a Bucket T pickup truck behind it.
Sure enough is. Now we're lining them up. Looks like we're starting at a young, at the old part. Started about, what is that, about a 30, 20s?
I'm not sure. It's got a rumble seat.
We got ourselves a Montana Model A Ford out of the club of Clarksburg, West Virginia. That's got to be a 20s V8.
About 28, I think, isn't it?
And then we got another Ford here.
That's an old race car.
Yep.
The red one. Here's law enforcement.
Now we've seen this is a normal for our festival, the law enforcement.
And the brown one.
Another T-bucket.
Is another old bucket, Model T, Model A, I think.
With the Model A, but look at it's got a unique radiator cap on the top.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Beautiful color and paint on that car.
There's
look
an
at
old
the details
Woody
on the things there.
from the 30s.
30s, yes. Look at the grill, the size of the grill on that.
Wow, yeah.
Again, he's got the duck on the front. Another
yeah.
That's a 1930 Model A, that Woody.
There's an old steak truck.
I want to say that's a 32.
A green one and a red one.
Hardware truck, yep. Now, of course, we'd have seen these out on the farms working.
This was
the red.
They got a coffin on it.
32. So that would be an Undertaker's.
Yeah.
Well, actually, an all-purpose truck.
Oh, exactly.
Now look at that green. What is that?
That's an old. Looks like a Chevy, a 30.
Yeah, that's
30-something Chevy.
Full-door sedan.
Yeah.
Suicide doors on the back.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And here comes a gray Nash, I think.
That's a beautiful car right there.
Yeah.
I've seen that gray.
Old Chevy pickup
from the 50s. Beautiful car. I love the paint work on that Buick. Got a clipper there. Again, look at the hood ornament on that.
Yeah. That's original.
Yeah, very nice. Fatter tires, stock almost. Seen the Chevy always around. It's It's another beautiful model of a 63 probably Chevy.
Yeah.
4-door should have the V8. You can hear that though. That's got to be a 64, 65 Chevy Apache, 32-cylinder. 32
Here comes a big four-wheeler, followed by a Jeep.
Silverado.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful paint job on that. Got the big tires.
Yes.
Chevys make a beautiful lift. That's got to be a good 3 to 4 inch lift on that with a.
Looks like about 6.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, big lift.
Springs on it.
There's a Jeep.
Oh, one of our newer Wrangler. Wrangler X's Jeep 4x4. It's got it. Now that probably has about
an old steak truck
thing on it. It's beautiful. That's black. Oh, I gotta love that green color on that. Another work truck. Chevy.
Yeah.
Big V8. Big old tires. They don't make tires like that anymore except for semi-trucks.
You can order them, but they're costly.
A sponsor of the West Virginia. Of course, our Corvette. That's got to be, that was an 85, 86
Performance
Corvette.
Motors. Yeah.
That was the new body style they'd come out with.
And here comes Herbie. There's Herbie,
back
the
again,
Volkswagen Beetle.
That's a 73 Volkswagen.
Something like that,
yeah. With like an olive green.
Yeah, and the Intimidator.
The Love Bug. My kids don't even know what that is, the Love Bug.
That's an International Harvester tow truck.
I'm going to say a 59, 58, R200.
Oh, least, yeah.
Teddy Enterprises with a
55 Chevy, light green over dark green, two-tone.
Absolutely. Looks a lot of stock on it. Doesn't look like they fancied it up. I love stock vehicles.
There's an early Ford pickup truck.
Yeah, F-150.
Here. And the white one, the cream colored one here, is an old Corvair.
Chevy Corvair.
From the mid-60s.
That was Chevy's attempt to go against the Corvette. And it didn't quite work. But it's a rear engine. It's a beautiful car.
Followed by two 55 Chevys.
Yep. Got our Bel Air here.
Two-door hardtops.
White on the inside. Blue. Now that one's got a
cream
turquoise.
Over green.
Yeah, like a turquoise green.
Yeah.
Yeah, very smooth. Not a blemish on that car right there. Look at that.
No,
original
you're right.
Right tires.
And here comes the white
rims.
I'm not sure what that is.
That's a Camaro. That would got to be about a
Camaro?
82, 83 Camaro.
Okay.
Z28. Beautiful black and white.
There's a 50-something Ford pickup.
Well, that is smooth. What is that color?
Rose.
Ah, very nice
Purple.
color. Beautiful. Look, I can see myself.
Malibu. Monte Carlo.
Monte Carlo. That's got to be a 78, 77 Monte Carlo.
And I believe that's a 1958 or 59 Oldsmobile.
Yes, I've seen this one before last year. A beautiful car.
No, it's a Pontiac Star Chief.
That's that Star Chief. Yeah, look at the front end on that with the big.
Right.
You can tell when they were transitioning with the in that year.
And here comes a couple of military vehicles. A Jeep with a 30 caliber on it.
Yeah, the old Willys Jeep.
Right.
And that's a Marine Corps Jeep. U.S. identified as U.S. Marine Corps with this little trailer on the back.
Right.
What a utility vehicle.
Yeah.
What kind of gun is that?
I think it's a 30 caliber.
30 caliber? That's very nice. That'd be something you see Patton running around in. But
yeah, exactly.
Absolutely, with the Patton.
And here comes a deuce and a half stake truck.
Couldn't have won World War II without this vehicle. This will take you anywhere.
That's right.
Amphibious. Well, you can get through a lot of water. You can actually go out swimming in it, but
yeah.
Look at the weight on that sucker. That thing would just work everywhere. I wonder if they did the work on it. That's a beautiful truck.
There's an old DeSoto.
Oh yeah. Interesting color. Now look at the lights on the back there, Dennis.
Yeah,
beautiful, isn't it? It's a beautiful pink color.
Here comes a early Corvette Stingray, a 63.
That's a 63. Yep. We've seen this one before in the parade.
Yeah.
Looking as beautiful as ever. It did actually have the side mounts on the side, the exhaust.
And a white Chevy Super Sport Impala.
Yeah, that looks like another 64, 65. Let's see here. Here's that old Ford. This used to be in a...
That's, what is that, Mercury?
Yeah, it's a Merc, Ford Merc. Seems to me there was a TV show that had one of those in it.
Ford pickup, Ford Mustang.
Yeah, nice, beautiful blue on that Ford truck. This is one of our new Mustangs.
I'm not sure what this is with somebody riding in it.
That's a 300ZX Nissan.
Is that right?
That's got to be a 87 tops. Beautiful. Yep. I got that right.
Yeah, good.
I wish they put more stickers on these vehicles.
Early Ford pickup with her lift kit.
Oh, look, they got the strawberry stickers on the
65 Mustang.
That is, it is.
No, it's 67.
Look at the back. I can tell by the back. Yep, it's beautiful, beautiful blue. It's got a sparkly blue paint on it right there.
And this is another Mustang Boss, a 302.
Yeah, this is a Boss 302. This would have been later than the original 67, 68. This would have been what, a 72?
70 something, yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying about a 72 Boss. Really unique thing about that vehicle is the front end when they changed it for the turn signals.
Oh yeah.
What we got pulling up over here? There's a Chevy.
That's a
Bel Air.
55 Chevy two-door sedan.
Two-tone again with the green.
Got the post between the post and...
Again, looks very stock except for the rims and tires, but smooth looking vehicle right there. Beautiful.
Yeah.
We got ourselves a Camaro. That's got to be a 74 Camaro Z.
Yeah.
It's got the 427.
Here's a Chevy Nova SS.
Beautiful color.
And this is a beautiful car here.
Yeah.
The Chevy Nova.
And when they came out stock, they were gorgeous, but this came out as a 77 SS, which is an awesome vehicle to have.
Followed by a red Chevy
Nova.
Nova.
It's a little Nova right there.
Yeah, 6-cylinder. Another Volkswagen Beetle with fender skirts on. Look at that.
Yeah, that's unusual.
Yeah,
it's got the things over the lights too, the headlights. It's got the little
eyebrows.
Yeah. The classic Z28
Camaro,
1972.
Now here's the 54 Chevy I was telling you about before we went on camera.
Highly modified on that scoop, but the rest of it looks really...
Yeah.
Like he really tried to keep it as stock as he could, but...
Yeah. They used to build two-tone cars back then. I like them. I'd like to see them come out
I'll tell you what,
again.
That still has all the aerodynamics of a modern car. If you look at it, during speed, it's got a lot. Not a lot of downdraft, but it does have a lot.
And look at that nice bucket teeth coming up behind it.
Yeah, there's some work on that vehicle. This is the Superman T, I think of it.
Yeah.
Monster blower on it. I think of that as the titty bang bang of our parade. Another Ford F-150.
Another Ford pickup, followed by a green 55 Ford Fairlane.
Yep. Now, that with the two-tone colors and with the mount on the side and with the original tires on it looks pretty good, right? So it's our beautiful
Ford
car
Mustang,
right there.
A white one.
Yep. Camaro. And then we got ourselves our Mustang. Little Chevy pickup.
Yep. Another small Chevy pickup.
Yep.
The red
Same
one.
style, different thing. That one's got the shaker top, hood. You can do so many things with these little trucks. It's amazing to me. You can raise them, you can drop them.
Yep. Here's a
Monte Carlo
Yeah.
SS. Beautiful car.
Here's a Bradley kid car. He lives up here in the north end of Buchanan.
Yes, it does. I see it out a lot.
He's got two of them. And you would
You know, I
see
don't
him
care.
driving around.
That's got to be fun to drive. It's got a little
Yeah.
Volkswagen engine in it, but I got to tell you,
Yeah.
sitting in that little seat right there, it's got to be awesome.
Yeah. That yellow thing is a Volkswagen thing.
That's what it is, I
A
think.
thing.
Yep, that's very collectible vehicle right now. Beautiful yellow on that. I'm not sure about that Buick, but it's an older Buick with Sabre.
There's an old Honda
It's an
motorcycle.
old Honda. Not so
Another
old.
55 Chevy.
750 custom.
Cream
That's gotta
over
be an 80, 81. Oh, that.
salmon.
We got a salmon color Chevy.
Now this is
Again?
a 60 Oldsmobile, I think, or Pontiac.
That's a Pontiac. Yeah, I love the
60
Pontiac with the
Pontiac.
front end on that. Yeah, absolutely. It's about a
Star
stock-
Chief.
Another Star Chief.
Yeah.
But this is an earlier than the one we saw earlier.
There's a black Buick
the Sabre,
from the
isn't it?
70s.
Oh, Le Mans. That's what that
And
is.
there's an earlier Corvette.
That's yeah, that's got to be about a 10 or 11 red.
Yeah.
Old Buick Electra. Yep. Corvette. Then we got ourselves one of the older body style Trans Ams. The new Trans Ams are a lot different than they are now.
Yeah.
This would have been the last generation, but power. Talk about some power.
Right.
Old Pontiac. And unfortunately, we're not going to see many more Pontiacs or any more Pontiacs, are we?
They don't make them anymore.
No.
The green car is a 57 Chevy.
Another 57
The
Chevy.
classic. Look at the fender skirts on it too.
Yeah. And actually, look like he kept it stock. except
That's
for
a
maybe the
four-door
tires and rims.
hardtop.
Two-tone on the inside with the blue. Got a Pontiac.
We missed one. And here's
And that's a Buick. No, that's an Oldsmobile. What am I thinking? Oldsmobile what? Skylark? Sky.
yeah.
And he's got himself an orangutan on the top, which is always nice. Camaro coming around the corner. I'm going to show a little
Burnt
speed.
rubber.
Highly modified.
Z28.
Here's
Here
that
comes
fire
that
truck I was
you
telling
were
about.
telling me about.
Yeah. Now I've got to say that's a late 60s, early 70s.
American La France.
La France, that's what it is. Engine number 253. Maybe it's out of the Cumberland Valley. Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. Beautiful.
That's a 59.
Nice, yeah, I'd like to see that.
Shippensburg, PA. Now what's this
That's 50
green
gallon.
thing?
That's an old BMW.
Oh, that's early BMW.
Yeah, it's got to be a 75, 76 BMW. Hey, beautiful grain.
Antique cars, tractors now.
Yeah.
Engines and tractors.
One of my favorite parts.
There's a farm
He's living
all.
up the front end on that one. McCormick Farm All, beautiful, beautiful.
Is that an
Yeah, and he's
Oliver?
got himself a functional
Yeah, that's an
trailer.
old green Oliver.
An Oliver
I've never seen one in a parade before.
road crop. Oliver road crop they call it. It's 60.
And here
I
comes
guess
some
the 60
early
engine on it.
rider mowers
Yeah.
from Fetty's Repair
Well,
Service.
I don't know about how much they'll cut the yard pretty doggone fast. They look like some of those modified racing.
Yeah, they do. Here comes another farm all.
Well, definitely the blue one does. I don't know about the red. That's a 76, Simplicity. Nice old farm all with a dog.
So we
Another
got
farm all.
a bunch of farm alls.
Yeah, looks
Normally
like
the
we're on a lot
color
of
red
farm
means a farm all.
Does it? Oh,
I'll
yeah,
give
kinda
away
like
our
the
trade
deer.
secret here.
Yeah. Kind of like the deer, huh?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how you can tell the difference, but they all seem to be about the same year. Except for the stacks, is the only difference on theirs. We got a,
That's Marianne Cutright driving that one.
yeah, Old International
And
red.
Another farm all.
So Farmall is actually McCormick International Harvesters.
Yeah, right.
So So they all ended up kind of splitting themselves off, I take it.
I learned a lot about the farm tractors and that because I was watching a program on it. I got a channel on my TV called RFD TV.
Yeah.
And they have that kind of program on, or they used to anyway.
Is that right?
And I watched them I used to watch them for a long time.
I gotcha. Well, looks like we got
Another farm all coming.
Yep. Now this one looks like some sort of an edger type because you can drop off that end. So it'd be like a mower or
the sickle bar.
A sickle bar. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, it never amazes me. It ceases to amaze me all the different utilitarian ways to use those tractors. You know?
Sure. This looks like a Ford. Gray with red trim would mean a Ford, I think.
I can't tell from this distance, but it might be an International. No, you're right. Absolutely.
It is a Ford.
It's a Ford Powermaster. 801. Does that make it? That's how many horses it has?
No, it's model number.
Just the model number, yeah.
Another, I think it's a Farmall, followed by an International Harvester.
That's a 1960.
Yeah,
first one. That's a 66, the big International two-tone.
That's a diesel.
Out of Davis. Diesel.
Here comes a Farmall.
Yeah, I'm too far away to tell the date on it, and I'm not that good at telling dates. That's a 1940.
That green one is a Shaw. I've never heard of a Shaw before.
It says 1952 Shaw.
And there's an old Farmall.
It doesn't say. 1909.
More Farmall.
Yeah, another Farmall.
Three more
That's
Farmall.
a 1953. That first one, the second one's 1959, and this last one we just see coming across there is it's going to be a 54.
Could be, yeah.
But look how separated the engine is from the rest.
Yeah.
And you can see the
no
progression.
frame under them. The engine and transmission are the frame.
Speedex.
Speedex, never heard of it.
It looks like a lawnmower.
Yeah, it does.
54 Ferguson.
Oh yeah, okay.
Then we got a Perry coming up there. That looks like a 40?
Yeah, something like that.
1942.
Massey Harris Perry. Oh, here's a rear engine one. They weren't very popular as far as I know.
No, and
they're quite rare today.
I've never seen it in our parade. This looks like maybe the first time we've seen this in our parade. It looks like a dune buggy, but that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
an Alice Chalmers.
3 Alice Chalmers, 1953. It'd be harder to work on that engine with it in the rear like that, with those big tires.
It could be, yeah.
You know, because on the other ones, the front, you could always do a lot of work right there because the tires were lower and set. But
yeah.
That wouldn't be a little harder to work on. You have to take those tires off.
You might have to, yeah.
Sure makes a nice silhouette from behind, though, going down.
Yeah.
Very nice. Well, you don't suppose that's the end of this thing, do you? Yeah, we're probably stuck in another break. They came through here fast and furious, though.
They did. Normally the tractors is at the end of the parade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shall we?
Well, I don't know. Usually, don't they follow it up with a emergency vehicle or something?
No, I think we're done.
All right. Well, where are we going to be in front of a game?
Well, that's it for the Antique Car Parade, folks. We're glad to have you watch us. If you want to order copies of this or any other event on Channel 3, call 472-0795. What do you think of the parade?
Dennis, it's always a pleasure to be with you. I want to thank Channel 3 for giving us the opportunity to show this parade as we get more tractors coming through. It's amazing that all the things that we do in Buckhannon, it's always a pleasure to be here for the festival. So welcome again. Thank you.
And thanks for watching, folks. Good night.